So the reason I joined Commit is I was with a big company before, and to be honest, the big company was kind of boring and it didn't really challenge me anymore. So when I left there, I was looking for new challenges and the next step in my career, the next thing that would help me to get where I wanted to go in my career. I came across Commit and I saw their model, and I saw that with their model, I could get exposure to earlier stage companies and companies that were more exciting. And that seemed to be a good step in the direction that I wanted my career to go. So I was interested in them. And then I read through their documents on their website and saw how Commit works. And to be honest, it seemed too good to be true. So I had to join them to see if they actually were all about the engineer.
Yeah, the lack of technical interview was a big draw. I had already studied all these different kind of resources for things that I never actually used in my day-to-day job. And I found I was spending more time studying these interview preps than actually like thinking about my past experiences and how those are relevant. So it was kind of a nice breath of fresh air being able to just talk with other engineers just about what I've done, kind of as human beings and not having that external pressure. And that was, yeah, just that alone was a big draw for me, just the way that that was handled and just kind of having the humanity in the whole process. Yeah, and it was just something new and something different to try. Yeah, that's why I joined.
I think for me, I wanted to look at different opportunities. I wanted to try something new where I'm not totally comfortable. I've worked at larger companies where processes were well defined, day in, day out. Everything was standard processes or routine. And I think working at Commit, looking at joining startups will give me the flexibility to try a lot of different things out. And if one of the pilots that I'm on at Commit doesn't work for me, then I can go and look at other pilots and work there. So I think it's that flexibility to try new things out, see what really works for you, especially when at startups, there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of unknown processes and uncomfortability. And I think that's something I'm looking to explore further in my career.
I joined Commit because I really like the idea of being part of a community a company that does the right thing for the engineer. So that idea to me just sounds perfect for me because I'm an engineer and I really like how people are friendly and they're always trying to help you. Even when I was interviewing, I just had like a good feeling, like talking to Bear, talking to others. I just had this good feeling that this is a good place to be. This is a good culture, and I really appreciate a good culture. And I felt that it was a place where I could grow.
I joined Commit because I wanted to grow and evolve as an engineer, and I wanted to work on different projects, which would hopefully contribute to that. And Commit provides me with the opportunity to do that. It provides me the opportunity to work on 3 to 6 month projects. I can potentially join these companies full-time if I wanted to, but also gives me the opportunity to join like different teams 3 months at a time, learn new things, build new things. They're usually pretty good startups. So that's the reason why.
I mean, yeah, at the time it was just, Bear and Greg, and they're two people that I sort of, love and respect and like working with. And so that was enough for me.
I think it's been on my radar for a while. I think it's mostly because they kind of focus on entrepreneurial engineers and also, well, I've been kind of in entrepreneurship for a while, and so I thought that was a good fit. But also the fact that they're kind of working with these kind of innovative Bay Area companies just kind of felt like it was definitely a good place to check out, see what's going on. So also a really good friend of mine recommended me. So yeah, that's why I kind of decided to check it out.
I think it's very coincident at the time where I was, from my past experience, I dealt with many startups. I dealt with many bigger corporations, and I find myself more fit for startups. But then realizing startup has the risk of um, um, not doing well, or especially even if it's doing well, the culture in there is kind of toxic, and you have to build it from beginning. Um, uh, I get a taste of everything, bitterness, sweetness, everything, but I can't feel in my direction where I was heading. Like, should I go for another startup or keep on trying? But then here comes Bayer and reach out to me and say, hey, I commit this here, to help and provide very flexibilities and the opportunity to avoid the bonding, or building up the relationship with the startups. I mean, if you don't like it, go away. If you like it, keep going, right? So, and also it also fits my challenge as well, because I tend to be, I take on a lot of challenges for startups, and I like deal with them, wearing multiple hats, problem solvers. And but then once the startup settle down, like I'm from the DevOps side. Once the infrastructure start to settle down, all the automation is mostly done. So most of the time, startup is focused on the marketing, and other stuff. So I think that at that time I'm getting bored. So I think with the gap, commit bridge, so where I can, like, if I'm feeling bored, I just have to tell the commit that I'm getting bored. I need to go find more challenges. So I think it's a perfect fit for me. It makes me very enables me the flexibility and the additional challenges that coming up without me updating my resume, going forward, so doing other things. So for me, just focusing on problem solving. So I think that's one.
Yeah, like I heard about it from Julie, who was already working at Commit for maybe about a month or two before, and then, or maybe longer, and then just hearing and then speaking to Bear, learning about how there's just a lot of opportunities to start working at startups, which before this I wasn't working for. I was doing more. I was working in the public sector, so I was working for like bigger public companies, and then I was doing like more so contract freelancing work, which was also for little smaller companies, but not so much startups. So then I really wanted to try out that startup experience to see what it's like working at different startups. And the fact that you can kind of get a glimpse of different startups rather than stick to one, and like, you just hear so much about the vast different cultures in the different startups because of the environments. Yeah, there's good and bad. So it's nice that Commit has like scouted out like generally what that startup is, and so you kind of know more information before you jump into it. Since you can't tell from interviews, like people will always make their company sound good, right? But then when you jump in, it's like, oh, the team environment isn't what you expect, and that's usually what you hear about. Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good idea that on like what we're trying to do, like just having engineers being first and basically having a safety net around their careers and a space for them to grow. And then you don't really have to worry about, like, because a lot of people have fears about like just going on like tech interviews, and even getting the tech interviews in the first place. Like it's obviously easier if you have connections, but if you're just by yourself looking along and like applying, like straight up applying to like different positions, it takes a while to get noticed, to even get like a call back for an interview. So just having that part of the process pretty much cut out, I think that most of the main points there kind of led me to join Commit.
I became a developer to be an entrepreneur as my end goal, and Commit literally fits the bill. Like Commit's motto is tailor for engineers, entrepreneurial engineers. And that's what I am. And, you know, the idea when I talked to Bear initially, when I was joining, sounded really good that not only does Commit provides mentorship, but also Commit like take cares of engineers within the community. Whereas other recruiting agencies per se doesn't really care unless they make it to the startup to make money. So that sounded like a utopian idea. And every time when someone asks for Commit, I just give one phrase called Utopia for Engineers.
Oh, I love that. It's my first time hearing it actually, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I tell my friends. It's like, it's too good to be true. And so far I'm enjoying every benefit of it. So